Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Survive Christmas, silent night, deadly night.
Welcome to Barrel Age Flicks. This is Ron. I have been traumatized. And in the show we have...
And this is Stu. I hate Ron.
Also in the show...
This is Ragnar. I'm so confused right now.
And finally...
This is Adam, and I'm their designated driver.
And fight night! As we are...
Literally, fight night. Yes,
seriously. We are watching the Tyson and Jake Paul fight as we are about to do this episode for Silent Night, Deadly Night, our first Christmas episode. So you guys will be listening to us talk about...
Something that happened fucking weeks ago to you.
Right.
Exactly. I'm sorry, we couldn't cancel our recording, so we had to go ahead and do a double.
We could have.
We could have done it tomorrow. You want to do it tomorrow?
No.
You want to do it tomorrow?
I'm already doing a fucking episode with you tomorrow.
You can do 2 episodes tomorrow.
No, fuck you.
There you go. So seriously, we're going to be doing the Mike Tyson. We're going to be doing the movie.
You're going to be doing Mike Tyson? All right. It's on you,
so.
buddy.
No.
I don't believe that.
We're going to be doing the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night.
This movie would have gone a whole different way if Mike Tyson was in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh, that would have been different. Billy against Mike Tyson?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Or Mike Tyson is Billy.
So we're going to go ahead and get into the drink first because Adam brought the drink and it's melting in front of our eyes right here with the ice in here. So we're going to go ahead and do the drink before we do the detail.
You lie.
Okay, is there ice in there?
Yes, there is ice in there, and Anna's going to come over and say exactly what she did because she's the bartender and I have no idea.
All right.
Anna, if you want to come over and
go ahead
explain your drink.
And what is the name of the drink as Stu is clapping for the TV right now?
No, I was clapping for Anna. Fuck you.
You were looking at the TV when you were clapping.
Stop multitasking, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm calling it Anna's Deadly Cocktail.
Anna's Deadly Cocktail.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like silently, yeah.
Punish.
So it's like a mixture of Smirnoff, the red, white, and Mary, cran apple juice, ginger ale, pineapple slice, and lime.
And Stu's favorite's cranberry juice. So
Nice.
Okay. All right, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and try this drink right here. Salute. Oh shit, that's actually pretty good. That's actually.
Another thing where you don't really taste alcohol at all.
Not at all.
No. A little.
It tastes like fruit punch, like a tropical punch. I mean, you said it's got pineapple, cranberry.
And the Smirnoff's is like a combination of orange, cranberry, and ginger.
Okay, I can definitely taste a little bit of the ginger. I can.
Oh, and ginger ale, if I didn't say that.
Okay, yeah, no, you said ginger ale. I remember you saying that.
And I soaked the pineapples in the vodka.
Nice. Because I'm definitely going to be eating them.
This is
I do like an edible drink.
Yes.
This is a 2. This is really good. I'm actually very impressed with this. And the fact that, like I said, this is, I like the last drink we did, we also said that it can be something that you can put in like a punch or something like that. This is wonderful. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, it tastes like an alcoholic with no alcohol taste fruit punch. I mean, tropical fruit punch, basically. That's what it reminds me of, tropical fruit punch, especially with the pineapple and the lime, the cranberry. I always love cranberry in my drinks. No, this is good. This is a knockout of the park. I'm very impressed with this. This is good and dangerous. This is another dangerous drink. What is with you in making dangerous drinks? I mean, seriously. It's not. Yeah. Well, it's a good job. 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danger, danger.
Yeah, Good's also been knocking it out of the park with his drinks. So
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna give it a 2. I agree. It's dangerous.
does it taste like a tropical fruit punch?
It does.
Yeah. So
I'll give it a 1. It's not bad.
You know, it's getting a weird aftertaste.
A little bit. Well,
not really.
it's probably this fucking poison.
That's the poison. Yeah. That's why it's deadly.
We got a wheel for that. Thank you. All right. I like that it's got edibleness in it. So, which is good.
You said you soaked the pineapple for how long? A couple hours. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. You can taste the vodka a little bit towards the bottom of it. So.
Yeah, slightly.
I'm gonna give it a 1. Also, the pluses are everything that's already been mentioned. The minuses to me is
it the cranberry?
Cranberry and I can't put my finger exactly on the aftertaste, but it's
Odd.
yeah, almost chemically.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Like artificial?
yeah. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but no, it definitely is festive. Like Ragnar said, big points for the fruit. So looking forward to chomping down on that.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that Mountain Dew that came out a couple years ago. It was like a cranberry Mountain Dew. It almost kind of reminds me of that without the carbonation. So I'm actually going to try the pineapple here, see how that is.
Pineapple.
Wow. The pineapple is really good. These guys are really focused on this fight.
Yeah.
No, you said the pineapple was really good.
The pineapple is really good. Why don't you guys try out the pineapple?
I
What do you
will
think?
when I'm ready.
I figured as much.
Why does the Brazilian look like he's got fucking Groucho Marx tattoo on his left fucking arm? You'll see when he's coming around, like a flat-headed motherfucker.
All right, so 2 2s and 2 1s.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and get into the details for Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night was released on November 9th, 1984. The controversial slash was directed by Charles E. Sellier Jr. Was known for directing films and TV shows. Other things he's done is Silent Night, Deadly Night, of course. The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams. I don't know if anyone ever seen that. In Search of Noah's Ark and the Annihilators. An action film about Vietnam veterans who return to their hometown and fight crime. The budget of this movie was $750,000, and the box office was $2.5 million during initial release, despite being pulled from theaters early due to its controversy. A lot of mad mother parents and moms and everything else because they thought, oh, you can't have horror, you can't be killing kids and everything else on Christmas.
Moms against
Citizens Against Movie Madness.
Yeah.
No, there was one with moms on it as well. I think it was that one as well. Either that or Moms Against Movie Murder or Murder Movies.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
But the Citizens one literally was, they're the ones that were credited for getting the movie off. And they were like, oh, let's keep on rolling.
Yeah.
And then they just like disbanded within weeks. It just completely fell apart.
Well, the Rotten Tomato score for this movie was a 31%, and the audience score was a 39%. So low scores, but this is a cheesy 80s film. I mean, you're gonna have to see that. But I was a little surprised at the audience score only being a 39, because there's a lot of horror movies that are really well liked. But the main cast of Silent Night, Deadly Night is Robert Brian Wilson as Billy. We got Lillian Chauvin as Mother Superior. Gilmer McCormick as Sister Margaret. We got Tony Nero as Pamela. Britt Leach as Mr. Sims. Nancy Borgneck as Miss Randall, and H.E.D. Redford as Captain Richards, and also, Stu, I'm sure you know Leanna Quigley as from the Antler Kill in this movie. Leanna Quigley is a screen queen in a lot of the horror movies of the 80s. Yeah. I love her. Night of the Demons. Yeah, so thank you. It was Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, Return of the Living Dead. She did that nice naked dance on the tombstone, and so many other fucking movies. Other movies that came out around the same time, we got the original James Cameron, The Terminator. We got A Nightmare on Elm Street, Stu's little favorite right there. We got Supergirl, another one of Stu's favorites. Really? I thought you didn't like that one.
It wasn't great, but at least it tried.
Is that the Helen Slater movie?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that came out, I think it had Peter O'Toole in it also,
Yeah.
I believe. Missing in Action, which is the Chuck Norris movie. I'm sure everybody's seen that one. And 2010, The Year We Make Contact, the sequel to Stanley Kubrick's 2001, which actually is not a bad movie. I don't mind it. It's not a bad sequel. It's nothing like Stanley Kubrick's, but it's worth a watch. So that is the details of the movie. So we just did the drink review and the movie. We're going to go ahead and take our break while we're watching this boxing match.
Did you know that this movie was beating Nightmare on Elm Street
It was.
at the box office?
Are you serious?
Yes. It was beat by like almost $200,000 its opening weekend.
Yep.
And
that's a test screening.
Yeah, and it was because they both opened on the same weekend.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I said it in the same month that it came out.
Yeah, no, they opened on the same. They opened up on the same day,
and it
was beating Nightmare on Elm Street until it got pulled, and that's why the box office.
So do you think this would have made more money if it wasn't pulled?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it would have.
I think the reason it made the money it did was the hook that it has.
Yeah.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. Well, it's a great fucking title. Great fucking title.
Yeah.
To a Christmas murder movie. All right.
Well, we already had Black
That's
Christmas
cool.
in the 70s from Bob Clark.
But it's still not something that's
Sleigh
often.
Ride. Sleigh Ride was the original title for it.
Yes.
Until,
All right.
the day it was released, day before it was
So
released
it
or some
was,
shit.
I mean, it had a lot of things going for it real quick versus nobody knew Freddy Krueger. Nobody knew what to expect.
But everybody knew Santa Claus was.
Exactly.
Being a killer,
so
being a different type.
Coming from this, Nightmare on Elm Street's something that has to spread by word of mouth versus a built-in immediate entry audience knowing what they're going in for with Silent Night Deadly Night.
Well, the thing about that is that Black Christmas came out in the 70s. Were you a fan of Black Christmas, Stu? Mm-hmm. All right. You guys, have you ever seen Black Christmas? Mm-hmm. Would you say this is better than Black Christmas?
No.
You think Black Christmas is better?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious. All right. Well, we'll go ahead.
Without even thinking about it.
Some people prefer this one. There's some people that prefer the. There was another Christmas.
There's definitely a lot more deaths in this one, and
a lot more kills. Yeah.
It just
a lot more R-rated content, a lot of more sex and nudity.
They just tied together a bunch of Christmas themed killing and flesh. All right, and tried to make a coherent movie out of it. That's what they did for this.
Yeah, but I know one thing that you will always love from the second one.
Garbage day.
No. God, no. Were you trying to make me deaf or something? I'm glad I didn't have my shit on. Fuck you.
Oh no, you know what? Because my daughter was down here messing with all that. That's probably why everything's all fucked up. Okay. My daughter was messing with the roadcast.
Right. Blame your daughter.
Yeah. I am going to blame my daughter. She did the night of last week.
Super producer Ron.
Oh God! All right. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take our break, guys. We will be right back.
Hey there, it's the Barrel Age Chicks. I'm Sammy.
I'm Snow.
I'm Crystal, often called Mouse, and I'm here too.
Yay! And then we also have Yen and Harley, who sadly are not with us, but that's okay. We're here to talk to you about our podcast. Woo! Tune in because it's a lot of fun, and you get to hear the chick side of things.
You're gonna BS about movies and drinking and life and momming.
Lots of laughing. Lots of laughing.
I laugh, but it's great.
Yes,
we have finished our first season,
and we're starting our second season.
Woo!
Good Lord.
2024, here we come.
I know, enjoy it. Join us on all of the platforms.
Hear them talk and me listen.
You talk.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Pretty much anywhere you can hear voices on a phone.
And yeah, so give us a follow, check us out.
Watch us give Ron aneurysms.
It's the best part.
And thanks for listening. We will talk to you soon.
Fucking massive.
All right, guys, we are back with the show for Silent Night, Deadly Night as we are watching Tyson in his whitey tighties. What the fuck?
Whitey tighties? What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, that's what he did. His fucking
That's
slap.
what he did. His slap.
Yeah.
And only reason he slapped him is he stepped on his foot.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, that was the only
But you
reason.
saw it
That's
was
the only reason, yeah.
the way he came up, the way Tyson came up. You saw it was purposeful.
Yeah.
Tyson mentioned his feet are fucked.
Yeah.
So anybody mess with his fucking feet, it fucking kills him.
Yeah. He said in an interview that if he hates his feet messed with and like he hates his feet.
Right.
He said he couldn't
If
do
anybody-
fucking MMA because anybody touches, he'd tap out.
He'd tap out immediately.
Really?
Yeah, because of his feet. He just cannot fucking handle anything with his feet.
So all Paul has to do is just kind of like stomp.
Yeah, you guys
Well,
are
if he
that, or
stomps
you're
on his foot, he's gonna knock his
It'll
head
be
off.
a different Tyson coming out.
So tonight is Silent Night.
it's
Tonight
gonna
is
be-
Silent Night, Deadly Night, and boxing. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a very fun, interesting duplex episode here. So Adam,
All right.
go ahead. You're hosting this, buddy.
So, all right. So, well, Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984. We get introduced to young Billy, baby Ricky, and his parents driving to their grandfather's to visit him for Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Which was a nice. I liked how National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation
Yeah, exactly.
took from that scene there.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of.
in
Yeah,
their
you're
movie.
right. I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
It was really funny if you listen to the radio. They're saying it's nice and it's 21 degrees out, and notice that they're just wearing normal clothes. Nobody had like heavy coats on or anything like that, but it's 21 degrees.
Well,
a
I
really
could
good
tell,
heater.
I
Yeah,
could tell in
really
this-
good heater.
I could tell in this movie that the snow was like almost melted. Like you could tell that they put that snow out there.
Right.
I know,
No, they didn't.
You know, like
No,
they
they
did.
didn't.
They didn't.
No, that's real snow.
Really?
They shot the film in
Utah.
in March.
Okay.
So all of the outside scenes, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
go
on
ahead.
this.
No.
All the outside scenes
Yeah.
were shot first because they didn't want to lose.
They didn't want
all
to lose
the
the snow.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So
So get to as they're riding in the car and little Billy's worried about not being there for Santa Claus, wants to stay up for Santa Claus, everything like that. And Mother's like, no, you got to be asleep because well, what if we're not home in time? And so he's real excited about to see Santa Claus
yeah.
until
Fucking grandpa,
He
son
meets-
of a bitch.
Fuck
Grandpa.
him.
Now, Grandpa,
Fuck Grandpa.
Grandpa supposedly was just mute. I mean, just wouldn't move, wouldn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Mom, Dad, everybody was there talking to him. He just sitting still in his chair.
He was faking it. He was just a douche.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
he was.
definitely. until they walk into the office to talk to the doctor and leave little Billy with Grandpa. Good.
Santa's gonna fuck you up.
Grandpa? Mom!
What you want her for? She can't help you. Nobody can. You scared, ain't you? You should be. Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year. I'd be scared too if I was you. You know what happens Christmas Eve, don't you? You know all about Santa Claus.
He brings presents to all good boys and girls.
Your daddy told you that, didn't he? Well, I tell you something. Santa Claus only brings presents to them that's been good all year. To the ones that ain't done nothing naughty. Naughty. All the other ones. All the naughty ones. He punishes.
What the hell's wrong with Grandpa?
He's got a lot of issues.
What about you, boy?
What about you, boy?
You've been good all year. You see Santa Claus tonight? You better run, boy. You better run for your life.
And transitions right back to being mute. Sitting in his chair.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
So it kind of makes you wonder, like, if he is mute like that,
right.
was it all
In his head?
In his head.
The boy's head or
Billy's
the
head.
grandfather?
In Billy's head.
Billy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know,
It
So,
could have been.
so in other words, Billy was fucked to begin with at that age.
Yeah.
That's scary feeling.
You know, I mean, well, think about it though. All right, as we progress through the movie, okay, you see like obviously he's traumatized from what happened.
Yep.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but do you think he was traumatized before this to where he?
No.
Right.
I don't think so. I think Grandpa was just a fucking douchebag.
That's what I think.
And
it's just
maybe he was faking
it's
the
just a
whole
nice
view
little
thing
plot
to everybody
twist.
for some reason at all. Like he was hiding from some fucking crime.
I think he was just in a goddamn nursing home, didn't want to deal with anybody, so he just felt like that was an easy way to keep people away from him is just act like he can't talk and listen.
Yeah.
And just
But he wanted to go ahead and scare his fucking nephew. I mean,
or Billy was not Billy. Grandfather was already a murderer and a psychopath as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, fuck it. All right, I'm done. I'm old now. I'm just going to check out. Now I just want to fuck with people a little bit I can.
That's the
all right.
that's the
all.
prequel we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. So they're remaking.
The dude that got
Do what?
arrested
They're
recently.
remaking.
they're
Silent
remaking
Night,
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Of course they're going to. I mean, they remaking
Okay.
just
By
about
the
everything.
same production house, the one who did Terrifier.
Are you serious?
Yep.
What if Art the Clown makes a cameo in it?
I mean, it was a lot of inspiration.
Goot would have an
Right.
orgasm from that.
Yeah. And I mean, he was wearing a Santa suit in the third one, so.
A lot of inspiration for Terrifier came from Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Right.
Yeah. So
There was a lot of great kills in this, but I will say this: when the kid goes back to the what is it, like a fucking Catholic school or something like that?
It's a Catholic orphanage.
Orphanage, yeah, the
Yeah.
Catholic orphanage, and they have Santa Claus there. When you see the fucking Billy deck Santa Claus and like.
It's a
He
weak
fucking
Santa,
knocked
dude.
him to the fucking
Oh,
ground.
yeah, that was a hell of a punch for that young kid.
What'd you think of that, Stu?
You got your shit knocked out by
little fucking kid.
An
Right.
8-year-old.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that was an interesting thing to the point where anything Santa traumatized him because of that whole fucking scene with the parents. Which would you say that's a rape scene?
It was extremely
the criminal Santa Claus.
it was about to be.
It
a
was
rape
It was
scene.
about to be a rape because he tore
And
her
then
shirt off.
Santa got mad and fucking killed the bitch.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna. At
See,
what point?
I don't agree with that at all. I don't think it was going to be a rape.
You think it was just a
No,
good way to pull
I think,
tits
look,
out?
the guy is already he's already whacked out.
Yeah,
I think it was gonna be a rape and then a murder, and then he just got accelerated straight to the murder.
I think it would have gotten even more
See,
crazy.
I don't think he was going to rape her, though.
I know.
No, but he could have killed her and then he could have fucked her and been a necrophiliac. I mean,
I don't think that was.
they,
Here
they
you
could have
go
definitely
with
done
your
that.
fucking perverted shit.
Right.
No, I'm serious. They've done that in movies before.
Quit projecting.
I'm not projecting.
Stop projecting your own kinks. All right.
Jesus Christ.
He has nothing to do with this.
Yeah. It was an interesting scene though because the Santa Claus was like he robbed a convenience store and he only got like a
$31.
$31 or something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, and he was all pissed
Dude,
off
for
everything.
71? Is that when they said it was? Or 74?
I think it was 74.
Oh, fuck it. It was 70s.
Yeah.
No, it was 71. And then 74 is when we caught up to him in the orphanage.
And then
Okay.
84.
And then
is
84.
when-
Because he was an older
Yeah,
kid.
that's
with
right.
the kid with the mullet.
Yeah, so he was like 5 and then 8 and then 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I know his little brother is the new killer in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Garbage
Yes.
man.
I remember you brought that up in an episode in the
That's
past.
a great fucking line. A great
The
fucking
fucking
It's so
movie is
stupid.
God
And it's so
awful.
fucking random, though.
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere.
Garbage man.
I mean, it was an homage to what Billy was doing in this one. Punish!
Yeah.
Right.
Punish!
But I actually enjoy that.
Punish!
Well, he kept saying naughty.
Naughty. No. What? The shit when he was when he played Santa and he had a kiss.
Fucking clean sweep that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The fucking part when he plays Santa in the store when they ask him to play Santa and he's with the kids, says, "Calm down, kid. Calm down." It
was
was
creepy.
creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
I was like,
That
what
was-
the way he was talking. Come on, kid. Be quiet. Calm down. You're being naughty.
He was trying
the way
trying
he
to
was
say
saying it.
But he's trying to say it quiet enough to where he
Because he didn't want
the parents to hear what he was saying.
I
And he
know,
also
just
didn't
the
want
way
to draw
it's-
attention to the real Santa Claus.
Right.
Because remember, naughty kids get punished.
Yeah.
And he didn't want her to be naughty and thereby get punished by the real Santa Claus because he's seen what happens to naughty kids. And
So anyway,
Sorry, I jumped ahead on that.
it's going to be a shit show. So
No,
it will be all over the place.
This is a hard one. This was a hard one because it's just.
It's not a hard one.
No, not a hard one, but I mean the plot. It's just a very simple, like just.
Well, this movie goes against every sort of horror movie that you've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Because in any horror movie, all right, you have your killer and your victims.
Right.
Right. So normally what you'll have happen is you'll have the killer and the victim, but you go into the backstory of the victim. This one is a complete opposite.
Because he is the victim.
You don't know any of the fucking victims. It's just all his victims are so fucking random.
Yeah, especially the
so they go
babysitter.
into they delve into a lot more fucking detail of the killer and why is he the fucking killer?
Yeah, because I don't even think it got to him being a killer until like 30 minutes into the movie. I don't think it got into the thing until he became a killer like 30 minutes into the movie because it mainly showed his whole backstory before he became the Deadly Santa and everything.
Yeah, right.
And basically where his mind just went.
Well, no, it did. It gave you the backstory.
That's what I'm saying. He gave more of a backstory where other movies, they don't have a backstory for the killer like that.
No.
They just go right into the killer, like, the drill killer from Slumber Massacre.
Some Party Massacre.
Yeah, he's just he just kills randomly all these chicks with a fucking, what's that long-ass drill? The drill that he uses, where it's like almost like a 2-foot drill. What is that?
Drill.
I didn't know if it was a certain type of drill or something.
It was a big auger bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean,
fucking drill.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is there's a lot of slasher movies. It doesn't really go into the backstory. Like, there's no backstory of Jason Voorhees, other than he was killed from.
Yes, there is.
Well, yeah, it was the first movie was more of a backstory, but the first movie the killer was his mom, and then the second one he's just going out to kill the kids and take over what his mom did, basically.
Yeah, because they killed her. So he's taking revenge.
So would you say the first movie is a backstory, Friday the 13th, and then Friday the 13th Part 2 just goes right into it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What was that?
How fun would that be?
What?
Friday the 13th. Electric Boogaloo.
I think I haven't noticed for fucking 4 goddamn years. I've been, anytime we say Part 2 just about, I say, Electric Boogaloo. No matter what movie it is.
You just see Jason dancing down fucking, down Broadway, out of random.
I mean, fucking damn near in goddamn Manhattan.
Yeah, Jason takes Manhattan. Jason takes Manhattan.
That was a bad one, though. That was bad.
It had one great scene. When he the head punch, but also the part where he the radio that's playing some type of music, he just kicks it and just walks right through Manhattan Square.
Yep.
But Times Square.
And now all the gifs play or memes are Mariah Carey on that fucking boombox.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Fucking
Halloween's not
kicks
over
away.
with. Yeah, I've seen that. Yep. But yeah.
All right, so
anyways,
get back to the movie. So we get the first. There was a total of 14 kills in this movie.
That's not a lot.
That's it?
That's
not a lot.
It really felt like more.
Nope. So when I watched it the other night, I was sitting there watching them, and I wrote down every single one of them.
That actually
You're counting
feels less.
the robbery? Are you counting the mom and dad?
Yes, you got.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so you've got the convenience store clerk was the first one.
That's 1.
Then you got Billy's dad and Billy's mom.
That's 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Then
the babysitter and the boyfriend.
You got Andy, who was the dick at the convenience store.
Okay.
Pamela, the other girl at the convenience store.
Okay.
Then you got Mr. Sims and Mrs. Randall.
Yeah.
So that's 6 and 7. Denise was the girl on the pool table.
Yeah.
That got hung up on the deer antlers.
Great fucking kill.
Yep.
It's a great
Her
fucking
boyfriend, Tommy.
Yep.
So that's 8 and 9. Bob, which was the decapitated sledder.
Yep.
That was a good kill also.
Now, the other kill, they actually IMDb actually says that the other guy that was there with Bob
died.
That he was killed, but it was done off screen.
It was off
so I'm like,
screen.
to me, that doesn't count.
No.
Okay.
No, that doesn't.
So I'm not counting that one. So Bob was the only one I counted as 10.
Yeah.
Father O'Brien was 11. He was the one that was shot by the deputy.
Yeah.
The deputy was number 12, took the axe to the chest.
Yep.
13 was a snowman. Got decapitated.
14. Did you say 14's Billy?
Billy was 14.
Okay. Did you guys watch
It felt a lot. I don't know. To me, it felt
more.
less.
It did feel like there was a lot more to me.
Did you guys watch the uncut edition?
That's what I mean. It felt more like it's the number's less than what it than what it actually felt.
Right. Which edition did you guys watch?
I watched whatever was on YouTube.
Okay, the one that I have has all the inserts.
It was a Blu-ray copy that was on YouTube, so it may have had everything.
Did it have like, or did the some of the quality went like really bad, where it was almost like VHS quality?
No.
Okay, see, I watched the uncut edition. Like when you see the girl going on the antlers, you actually see the antlers coming through the skin and everything. Oh, good. Then you watched the uncut edition.
They showed that in a movie.
It shows actually when I watched the uncut edition, it showed how much they actually cut out of the movie. A lot of the kills were cut out. Like you didn't see a lot of the kills. They were a lot off screen and stuff like that. So it shows what was in the theaters because
I think the one I watched, pretty much you saw everything.
You saw everything.
Yeah, you probably watched the uncut edition. That's the edition I watched. So I didn't know that you guys watched it on streaming if it was the uncut or the regular edition.
Yeah, I watched whatever was on Amazon. Yeah, what I watched.
But
so it was 14 kills. Now the other thing that was interesting about this movie is supposedly this movie was by viewers had the most nudity in it.
Yeah. There's a lot
They said there's 14. They said it was like 13 or 14 scenes. Now,
13 or 14 scenes.
That's what the count was.
If they're going by cuts like
different angles.
That has to be it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so the opening scene
there was only 5.
You have the mom's tits.
Mom.
Then in the orphanage you have the
Teen girl
sex scene.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
All right.
Which was random.
And then
who the fuck
Billy,
was that?
You got Pamela at the convenience store.
Yeah. Yeah, she was she was making out with a fucking
making
dick
out with
in the back of the store.
when he ripped her dress.
He pulled her dress
toy
up.
store.
Yeah.
Yes, the toy
Yeah,
store.
okay, so you had that one. That's 3.
Had a tit shot
And
there.
then Billy's
T-minus
imagination.
about 2 hours, by the way.
is-
It looks like till the fight.
And then Denise.
And then, Denise, that's 5.
That was it. Yeah. So it was like, but somehow this was voted to be one of. I think there was one of. I don't remember what it was.
Maybe
that was above it, but there's one
because
above it.
of the way that they were,
like
the
they say,
nudity
cut
was
scenes.
done.
I could see Leanna Quigley's scene because there were scenes where she was just walking around topless. She even answered the front door to let the cat in completely topless. But there was a lot, and she gets naked in almost all the movies.
Right.
She is known to show her tits off, and she doesn't care.
It's because she's
a whore.
Okay, I'm giving you the opportunity to play the clip. So she's a whore too. Hey,
You don't have the
super producer Ron,
the soundbite?
not fucking prepared, ready to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sammy. There you go.
There, we had a live one right there.
Yes,
That works.
Me right there. Hey, at least I got something right.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, what
I set you up and you just suck so much.
you gotta be faster.
I can be fast with you because you definitely won't fucking get it. All right? I'm talking slow for you to understand.
Always look on the bright side of life.
The bright side, you're retarded? I mean, no, that's not what I was going for.
yeah.
I was trying to put comedy in the bit. That didn't work out. That didn't go well in my favor.
No, it didn't.
Nope.
No, but I seriously think it was because of the scenes with Lena Quigley, because there was a lot of topless scenes with her and everything else. And like I said, she shows her tits off in just about almost every movie that she's done.
But it's only one scene.
Yeah, but it was all multiple angles.
I think it was
of her.
all the different cuts. Like you
It's the
had
angles.
They probably
She's
counted.
not naked though.
She's mostly naked in the whole fucking scene of the movie. Other than that, her shirt was pulled off when she was on the pool table, and then she was topless the rest of the whole scene.
I mean, but that's only one.
Yeah, but we're going by different angles,
I
like
think
camera angles.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what, that's what they're classifying as the scene.
In other words-
is each time they would cut for a different angle, because technically you're setting up a different scene because you guys set the cameras and
that I think they're
everything
saying
that.
like, okay,
Yeah.
one scene would be the pool table.
Yeah.
One scene would be when she goes upstairs to let the cat out.
All right, I can see that.
One scene is getting put onto the deer. So that's 3 scenes right there.
And yeah, there was another shot where
That was a good
somebody
stag though.
was it somebody that walked into the house and found her? Who was the one that walked into the house?
boyfriend.
No. One day when
Was
he
it her
walked in the
boyfriend? Yeah,
house,
it was her boyfriend.
Tommy
Boyfriend
walked
walked
upstairs.
upstairs.
He walked upstairs, saw the door busted in, turned around
And saw her on the
and
antlers.
he was like, "I'm going to kill her," because for some reason you can't remember the exact wording.
Yeah.
but then he also turned and saw her. She was hanging up by the on the deer.
Yeah.
She got a football purse.
I see that. It's bedazzled.
So
And that's So you take a fire poker, all right,
Right.
and you start hitting the person with it. All right, you start hitting the killer with it, and he goes down.
Don't stop.
Why the fuck do you just drop your weapon and walk away to go in awe of your dead girlfriend?
Right.
You know, no, dude. You fucking take the goddamn thing, you jab it through his fucking skull, and then you go do.
And if you don't want to be a murderer, you jab it through the fucking leg into the floor, and you pin his ass there.
Yeah, it's a typical '80s movie that they do that.
I know,
where
and
they
we
make
get
the
to bitch
wrong
about
choices.
it. We had the same conversation when we did the Terrifier when I was talking about how they would be getting ready to kill him and they would just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same exact we had this exact conversation during that.
It's just idiots. That's
It
what they
never.
are.
I love 80s movies. I love 80s fucking horror slasher movies and shit. They're cheesy as fuck, just like this one is. But they always piss me off so goddamn much. Because,
but again,
in real world, common sense, you know,
keep on going.
You don't stop until like your assailant is done.
Exactly.
Right.
Especially if they're a fucking mass murderer like that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't stop until they're fucking killed.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but no.
Well, you got to get his. I mean,
fucking dumbass. You deserve to die, you son of a bitch.
I think they, like I said, I think they did that in most '80s movies altogether, but even some
yeah.
'90s movies where you were like,
Okay, hold on.
Why aren't you stopping? What's
You
going
see
on?
those rules?
I didn't
Netflix
see
fight
all of them.
rules?
Yeah.
All right.
I saw no
So
3 knockdown rules.
Back to
No
the
three
Tyson
knockdown
Jake Paul
rule.
fight.
Cannot be saved by the bell. All right. So it means if they're down, the count's still going on.
Yeah.
Only the ref can stop the fight, so it means your ring can't fucking throw in a towel. Yeah. So I don't know how this is true sanctioned rules.
Well, I know,
PKO
I know they each, to make the fight happen, they had their own stipulations on rules. So, and they kind of give and take on them.
But it's a sanctioned fight.
Yeah, it is.
So it still has to fall underneath the purview of the boxing commission in order to say, all right, this is legit. Which means they have their own standards that they have to abide by.
Yeah, right. The boxing commission probably sent in their request for this is how we want the thing up, and they had to approve it. And they probably approved it.
Yeah, but who?
Most likely.
Do both the opponents have to agree on all these rules before they can do it?
Yeah. I'm sure all this was agreed on.
It is absolutely agreed on.
Yeah.
And like I said, this
probably
was
wouldn't
this fight was delayed from July.
Yeah, because Tyson got a bellyache.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
He had a
super bad ulcer.
He had an
ulcer.
Yeah.
2-inch ulcer in his stomach. So yeah, it was
But
pretty.
I just like to say he had a belly.
It was pretty bad.
I mean, come. He is an old fucker when you think about it. Although he's in the best fucking shape for a 58-year-old. I mean, shit.
So I was talking to Token about this one, and we made a joke. What would happen if Paul actually hits Tyson hard enough to fix his fucking lisp?
I don't know lisp anymore.
I would give him all the credit in the world. I'm like, all right, I will personally send a DM to Paul apologizing for all the shit that I've talked about him over the years. If he was able to fucking hit Tyson hard enough.
Stop.
Yes.
I could talk normal.
Yes.
Boom. Damn it. Instead of a bitch.
Wouldn't it be great in the fight if it played Phil Collins in the air? Right when he's about to punch Jake Paul. Famous scene from The Hangover. Probably one of his best little movie roles that he did for a movie cameo.
What the hell is going on now on TV?
Is this another boxer intro?
Yes.
Which boxer is this?
I can't tell which.
Real time with Jake.
See through that. Barrios.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's two Mexican fighters going up this time. They're both pretty good fighters.
You said they're the fourth fight, right? Jake Paul.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the second one right here?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like it should go in pretty quick when you think about it. Who won the first fight?
The
boxer.
Yeah, Indian. Gyat.
I don't know any of these boxers.
Yeah.
So, all right. Back to the movie.
Back to me. When was the first time y'all watched it?
Early 90s.
Yeah. Early 90s.
Early 90s.
I think I saw it in the video store.
Yep.
And it was on the shelf.
Yeah.
And probably I was like, oh, well, that's a cool title. That's a cool,
Right.
I was a late bloomer.
box
I was a late
of
bloomer
it.
on this. I saw this in the early 2000s. I didn't see this when I was younger. I didn't know anything about it until I got into a lot of horror movies. So I saw this in the early 2000s. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched this on VHS back in the late 80s. So right before,
VHS
right before I graduated high school.
I remember. You know what? I do.
Shut the fuck up.
I do remember the VHS artwork though, with the fucking chimney and the axe. I remember that.
That's what attracted me to it.
Yeah, because I remember a lot of VHS. You remember the VHS artwork for the movie Jack Frost, where it was like a fucking what was it, like a hologram skull with a snowman? You remember that the movie Jack Frost? But I remember, I think me and Stu talked about this in our last Blockbuster episode, where we talked about how we had the joys of being able to just go through the horror section and look at all the VHS art. And that's what attracts you to the movie, even though it can be the most stupidest, cheesiest movie ever. But the box art always pulled you in to wanting to watch it.
To at least then grab it, turn it around, and read the blurb.
Yes.
Yeah. Or and also it shows like little scenes or little clips, stills from the movie and stuff like that in the back, like maybe like 2 or 3. So I remember just going in the horror section and just looking at the back of each VHS, like, what is this? I remember the Naked Lunch one, David Cronenberg's Naked Lunch, where it has some like giant insect. You remember that, Stu?
Yep.
And so many other ones and stuff like that. And I'm sure you went to a video store. Like, what was your video store back when you were in the early?
Video Hut.
Was Video Hut?
Movie Time.
Was it Movie?
Movie Time.
Are you talking about the one in Aquia Harbor?
No, I'm talking about the one near the high school.
I don't remember Movie Time.
Yeah,
I went to Video World.
You had the Food Lion,
Yeah.
and connected to the Food Lion. At the end of it was Movie Time.
See, I had Video World. You know Video World?
Yeah, Video World for you was closer to your end. To me, I was on the other end of that main road that we lived off of.
I remember they even had the section where they had what were the tapes that lost? The ones that lost the VHS war. The beta tapes. They had a beta tape section where they had Betamax, and I remember seeing Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom on beta, and all that inside that little section because there was a whole war over that. But
Betamax lost the porn wars.
Oh yeah,
no, that's what it boiled down to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. But no, I mean seriously, that was just big memories right there. All the horror movies from the 80s, just seeing all that shit. I just remember seeing all the Friday the 13th labels. And
kids these days don't know what we had to go through to go watch a movie. I mean, you have to go to a store and walk up and down the aisles, turn it over.
It's not even stuff that we had to go through, like the hassle of going through.
No, it was
like,
fun.
That shit was fucking fun, dude.
Oh, it was.
Going to the fucking video store, right?
Yep.
You may have a clue of like what you want to look for, right?
Yep.
But most of the time, you're just randomly fucking looking for shit. And you're going through all the fucking aisles. You know, you got like the comedy section, action, the romance, the horror, the thriller, and behind the curtain, you got the porn section.
Right. Yep.
You know, and you're literally just looking at the cover art.
Right. And
Of
just
the
walking
tape
around, picking them up,
and
turning them
picking
over.
it up and reading a little bit, see if it's okay. You know? And then you grab what for the weekend, you're grabbing like 3 or 4 fucking movies.
It's like Friday afternoon, right after school, you go pick out, the one you wanted to get, and then they're like, we need to pick up a few more. And you pick up 3 or 4 movies to watch for the weekend.
See, I used to love to go to Video World and get like the fucking tapes that were pre-owned. They had a whole like bin of all the pre-owned tapes that you got for like a discounted price. Because they were trying to get rid of all their stock so they can start a new, new wave of new movies coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I used to get shit for like $5, $6 or something like that.
Because most time when they got new releases, they'd buy like 10.
Yeah.
Because they want to make sure that people had them and then we're in the backlog. So then, after the first 3 weeks, then they'd be like, okay, 5 of them are going over in the bin to sell to bring around so we can get other movies in.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask a question in your show about the VHS?
Go ahead.
What was your first? I think me and Stu asked this in our Blockbuster episode, but what was your first VHS that you rented constantly at the video store?
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck off.
You don't remember?
Fuck no.
Stu, do you remember? What was something that you would remember renting over and over again?
I don't think there was a lot of things that I rented over and over again that I can recall. Because a lot of times, then if I found something I liked, then I would just burn it, rip a copy.
Oh, you had a VHS to VHS burner?
Yeah.
Oh shit! There you go. Yeah. People do that with the Blu-rays too. When Blu-rays and DVDs came out, mine was Explorers. That was my favorite when I was a kid. And I love that movie. Come on, it was a favorite of mine. I always asked my mom to rent that for me and stuff like that. But I remember renting the Friday the 13th movies and stuff like that.
I think one of the first ones I remember buying, I think, was Lethal Weapon.
Oh, the original first Lethal Weapon. Yeah. Oh man,
I think that was the first one when I was younger. Instead of going and renting, I think I rented it a couple times, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So we just bought it, and then I had it from that point on.
You don't remember any of yours, huh?
Fuck no, dude.
Oh, okay. That's something to memorize up.
Yep.
See, I think that's the difference between all of us and you. You have these weird, almost compulsions to see something over and over again or during a certain time.
Yep.
And
you guys just like going to the next thing to the next thing.
Yes, we're like, we want to
experience
see it
other
all.
things. Yeah, no, I understand.
Yes.
It's just, yeah.
And hence why, it is February 22nd. I have to watch this movie. I watch this movie every February 22nd.
Hey,
it's tradition.
It's my tradition. Come on. It's my tradition. Come on. That's what I do. I enjoy
You need to talk to somebody. All right. You need to talk to somebody.
Because I'm not the only one with movie traditions. You're saying that I'm the only one? Goot has it? Goot does it? He watches No Country for Old Men every birthday.
Okay. I probably heard like 2 or 3 things that he mentions that he watches.
All right, what other movies
on a
have I
regular
said
basis.
other than 2 or 3?
Oh, no. You watch every fill in the blank of a holiday. I watch this because it's tradition. How many fucking times?
I have a tradition to watch this every Christmas. That's like 12 movies right there. Yeah. I have a tradition to watch this every Halloween. That's like 31 movies right there.
Right, but does your wife watch the holiday, not the holiday, the Love Actually every Christmas?
No, not every Christmas.
Really?
Nope.
And if she did, that's one.
Yeah,
You're
even if she
48.
does, that's one movie.
I can skip the other ones. I watch Christmas Vacation every year, but I could skip the other ones. Well, no, I watch Scrooge too.
You openly admit it. Good.
You watch Die Hard every Christmas. Yeah. Okay. There you go. See, you have a tradition.
That's not a tradition. It's not really a tradition. That's a habit.
Yeah. You can watch Die Hard any time of the year, though.
Yes.
Because you can.
It's a great fucking film.
But you think it's a Christmas movie.
It is.
So is Batman Returns.
Not as much as...
No. Batman Returns is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard.
Not as much as Rambo.
Rambo is a Christmas movie. There is a little Christmas tree on the fucking desk in the chair.
It is.
I do watch 10 Commandments every Easter. Or tried to watch every Easter.
I actually do, too.
I would argue that
Charlton Heston one.
That's
Die
mine.
Hard and Rambo set more into in the real world. So thereby more Christmassy versus, your little fake world of Batman.
My fake world of Batman.
It is fake.
Yeah, it is.
Everything about it's fake.
So is Die Hard. I'm sorry.
That's more real world-ish.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's believable.
There's things
It
in
is
it.
much more believable that Die Hard could happen or Rambo could happen.
You really
Much
think a guy
more
can
believable
jump
that Rambo could happen.
out and survive walking around
Rambo could happen.
barefoot with glass the whole fucking time?
Yeah. Versus a fucking multi-billionaire.
All right, let's see you try.
Putting on a rubber suit and
A
facing
penguin.
on against a
Deformed
mutant
penguin.
fucking
Come on,
dude.
dude.
All right, with his clown army, okay, and living in the sewers. All right, but versus a bitch who got thrown out of a fucking multi-story window and is licked to death or licked to life by cats. Okay.
Yeah. Did you say licked to life? By
Yes.
cats?
Yes.
Yes.
That's true. She was.
Yeah.
And bit.
So what's more real?
Die Hard.
Exactly.
Beat the Weapon. Christmas Vacation. That's more realistic.
Okay, I'm not saying they're not. I'm saying Batman isn't.
Although I wouldn't be afraid of a squirrel, but I mean, yeah.
You don't know that.
Squirrel. It's a squirrel.
A squirrel jumps out of you unexpectedly. You're just gonna stand there?
According to New York
Bull
State,
fucking shit.
They kill those fucking squirrels.
They could peanut the squirrel or something like that.
Raccoon.
Yeah.
And the raccoon.
Was it raccoon too?
Yeah.
I remember it was peanut the squirrel or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, because of rabies. Or
Potential.
potential rabies.
Yep.
Which the only way to test for it is test the brain, and the only way to test the brain is by killing the fucker.
And now they're doing justice for peanut.
I think so. I saw a good bit. So
Hey, it's Christmas
when they
Eve.
killed
Right.
Harambe, it set the world in the dark timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. Killing Peanut set the world back right.
Oh shit.
So, what was your favorite kill scenes?
Antler.
The antler one.
Antler. It just stuck out to me so much.
Antler. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, we all got the same one.
And I knew you were going to ask that too, so I was
Right,
like,
yep.
watching the film, I'm like,
I seriously saw
good,
somebody.
good.
Yeah.
That's the one I remember right there.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I thought a lot of
Good,
people were
good,
going to say the sledding scene. That's what I was expecting.
No, that's a fun one.
It's a fun one.
It's a
Guys screaming at the
funny
head,
one.
tumbling
It's a funny
downhill.
one.
Yeah, yeah. No, the Lena Quigley putting on the antler and seeing the fucking antlers go right through it. It just her hanging there. That shot of her hanging there was just great.
Right.
It's a good kill right there.
That is that fucking stag is mounted very securely to that fucking wall.
Well,
I'm
she's-
telling you.
Well,
I don't think she weighs that much though. I think she only weighs like 70 pounds.
I know.
It's
She's light as fuck.
All right. Okay. Her dad was a contractor.
Right. But just imagine how strong he must have been to be able to push those antlers all the way through her, just straight through her.
Well, apparently Billy
at
was
that height.
Well, apparently Billy had like fucking super
He was an
strength.
ox. All right.
Billy had retard strength.
Yeah, because he picked up the Andy by the just one hand with the lights.
Yeah.
And
So if
it was like Jesus Christ.
If you look closely, so when I was watching it, I was looking closely because when I first saw him, just lift him up,
Right.
you know, and then it pans out. So like you see both of them just standing there,
He's standing on a box.
you know, like you can see that like he's not just standing straight up, you know, like he's leaning, he's bracing himself. He was smart about it,
Right.
You know, like he may be stupid strong, but he was kind of smart about it,
Right.
Literally just like leaning in and like those fucking lights were not going to slice into his fucking neck either. Just fucking stupid. Well, you didn't notice that either? When he dropped him down, his fucking neck is bleeding.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. No,
I don't care how old those lights are.
Yeah, no,
They're not gonna
agree.
fucking rip in.
No.
Nowadays, those sons of bitches would have fucking ripped in half.
Yeah. What was your favorite kill scene?
Oh, definitely the antler scene.
Oh, just all four of us.
Yeah.
That's a win right there.
Yep.
Plus, you get tits at the same time.
Right, exactly.
You get tits and you get a nice kill. So
Right.
You get a handful of tits throughout the entire movie. Tell you, man, the mom had the best tits.
Just
saying.
They were nice.
I like Leanna Quigley's.
I like them.
I like
They were
Quigley's.
nice.
I like hers. Although it always brings me back to Night of the Demons where she pushes her lipstick right in her fucking nipple. You ever see Night of the Demons? Yeah, that's a classic scene right there where she goes crazy as the demon and everything. But nothing will. Probably her best nude scene ever is Return of the Living Dead when she does the naked dance on the tombstone. She's getting naked again. This is fucking great. But she has that weird fucking haircut that I can't stand, the buzz cut. That's actually a movie I'm doing for Halloween next year. So I'm looking forward to talking about that.
movie.
No, I'm doing it next year. That's my next year's thing, and I have to
You know what
stick
the theme
to
for
it.
next year is?
Huh?
You know what the theme for next year is?
We're not doing a Halloween theme. We didn't do one this year. Did we do a Halloween theme? You got to stick to your theme.
Isn't Halloween the theme?
But your first movie's already scheduled.
Right.
Clerks.
Right, no.
Yeah.
That's not what I said when I wanted my fucking first movie to be. Fuck you. That is not all what I said.
You
when I
never
wanted my
asked
first
me.
movie. Yes,
I'm
I
the
did.
one who
I
makes the
told you.
scheduling.
When
I'm the one who
fucking-
does the scheduling.
Fuck you.
You never
When
asked me, oh, I want to do this first.
I said, I sent you the fucking list and I said, I want to do this. All right? Do this. All
You
right?
haven't
Tucker
told
and
me-
Dale.
so what-
Tucker and Dale.
You want to do Tucker and Dale
Dale.
first?
I do remember
You did say
saying
Tucker and
that.
Dale first?
Yes.
Okay, then
Fuck you.
I'll change the
Eat
schedule.
all the dicks.
Fuck you. You can go ahead and do Ragnar's.
What?
Ragnar's movie. K2.
Why is he gonna do mine?
No, you'll do yours first, and then yours will be. I was trying to make it easier for you guys.
No, you weren't. You said something retarded, and now you're trying to fucking get out of it.
Probably.
Make it seem like you had some sort of logic on it. You are fucking goddamn just swapping. I'm like,
His first movie is Tucker and Dale.
Tucker and Dale will be his first. Okay.
Versus Evil.
That
That's the full title.
doesn't change like the way things are done.
Yeah, that's true. Well, this right here, this episode is our first Christmas episode that we're doing right now, and then the future one is gonna be Scrooged and Rare Exports, and then the last one being From Dusk Till Dawn. But we already have our preview for next year, which is going to be interesting because Ragnar's doing
Rare Export. What the fuck is that movie?
It actually looks pretty good. It's a Goose movie. It's something different. Apparently, I think Stu likes it. I mean.
Never even heard of it.
I haven't either until I saw the trailer. Watch the trailer. You'll be don't watch the trailer because I remember you saying not watching the trailer makes it better for a movie doing. Is it that good? We're in for a treat.
I know why Goot picked it.
And I think it would fit in your theme too, wouldn't it?
I know why Goot picked it. That's all I'm leaving it at.
Okay. All right. But the future for January, we have K2, which Ragnar's doing. I'm doing The Big Lebowski. He's doing Tucker and Dale, and you're doing Pirate Radio.
Yeah.
I think. And then Chase.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
I've never seen it. I've never seen
haven't seen Pirate Radio?
No, but
Oh,
I
that's a
remember
good
you
one.
saying something good about it.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it. Who does it? Is anybody that we know or?
Bill Nye.
Oh, Bill Nye's in it.
There's lots of people.
The science guy.
Oh, you know what? I remember us talking about it when we did the Shaun of the Dead trilogy or the Three Cornelius
Crap.
trilogy.
What's the guy? Can't remember the guy's name now. He was in Twister. He was in
not Bill Paxton.
No.
Twister.
He's dead.
So it's the guy I'm thinking.
I don't remember how old the movie was.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, I know about. I never saw it. I wanted to. I just never got a chance to see it.
You got also Rhys Ifans, Kenneth Braun, Nick Frost, Chris O'Dowd. Ooh, I like him. I do. Reese Darby. Yeah, it's a very English.
Yeah.
Very
definitely.
English.
I'm looking forward to it. Like, that'd be something new to watch.
Yep.
So that's our first 4 of the year. After the ones that the Mummy Part 1 and Part 2, and then we also have the Hurt Locker, and we have some other ones coming out. But
I like the sequel better though than the original Piradio. Guerrilla Radio.
Remember Talk Radio? Remember Talk Radio?
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah, Oliver Stone film. Yeah. So back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Oops, here comes gravity. Back to reality.
So we're going all over the place. So at the orphanage, Mother Superior. What do you think about Mother Superior?
She was a bitch.
She's a fucking cunt.
She's a bitch.
I cannot believe she punished him for going outside when the other lady told him to go outside.
She's a bitch.
Okay.
The nun even said that
Yeah, she said, I said he could go out.
I told him he can go out.
Yeah. And she still punished him because he didn't listen and exactly follow her rules.
And she said, stay in there until I tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
She said that specifically.
Yeah.
So both him and the other nun should have been punished because he disobeyed the Mother Superior.
Right.
You know, that's a Queen Penguin.
But as an 8-year-old,
no matter.
and
Queen Penguin.
another nun tells you that you can go out, wouldn't you think, oh, she has the authority to allow me to go out?
Nope.
Well,
Queen Penguin wins.
As an 8-year-old?
Yeah, but I think she also thought
Listen
that
to your last order given.
But I think she also thought that Billy was just complete evil. I think that he was messed up, and she did not trust even from teaching him. Billy,
Superior nun?
Yeah, Mother Superior did not care for Billy. Like, I think she thought that Billy was evil because of the whole.
So, she thought
no, I don't think she thought
could
he
be
was
broken and put on the right back track.
He could be fixed.
So the way
I don't think she could.
her mind of fixing
is beating.
Didn't work. Yeah, the other one, Margaret.
But
Margaret?
unfortunately, back then, that's the way it was.
The other nun, Margaret, I think Sister Margaret or something like that. I thought that she was actually more of on Billy's side and trying to help him compared to what Mother Superior was doing.
She was, because she had more of a fucking hell. She had more of a caring heart than Mother Superior did, because she's the one that's in charge of the entire orphanage. You know, so she has X amount of fucking kids to keep track of and keep fucking belt over their ass when they fuck around and fuck up, like the two were diddling around.
Who the fuck was that? Was that another nun?
Idea.
That's what I didn't understand, because me and Sammy were watching. We were
Who you
trying
talking about, the two
that were having sex in
No,
the
they were two teenagers.
They were
also
okay.
they're older orphans. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They seem like I thought they
the
were
orphanage for all ages. And that's
until you're
why
18.
he when he aged out, like that, they helped him find a fucking job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah. So those were probably two teenagers that hadn't quite aged out yet. They're probably
16,
17 years old. And
So did that mean we were watching child porn?
Fuck. God damn it. Don't say that.
Why'd you have to say that?
We did.
You just ruined it for us.
Son of a bitch.
it was
ain't my fault.
Hey, they were.
You brought it up.
Hey, no. All right. They both had their birthday that day. They're both 18.
Okay, perfect.
Then they
And they were
kicked out.
celebrating their birthday.
Did
There you
you
go.
did you catch
We'll
the
go with that logic.
did you catch the actor from Weird Science in this?
Which one? Hold on.
Who the fuck's Gary?
Oh yeah. Come on.
The dad that they erased his mind. He couldn't figure out his own son. Yeah, you remember in Weird Science?
Oh!
Yeah, that was the dad.
Yeah, that was him.
That was.
Yeah, it was the only one that I
right.
recognized when I was watching the
That's
movie. I was like,
right.
where have I seen him from? It was like he was the funny dad that couldn't figure out what his son was.
You know what I like?
It's me. It's Gary. It's Gary. Who the hell is Gary?
You know what I like about movies, movies that are set in like the 80s style movies and shit, 90s sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that when you have your opening credits, excuse me.
How funny if
You
he
have-
trips right now on his way in and just fucks himself up.
Well, there's Tyson. He's ready to go. Iron Mike.
Is that when they're introducing the cast of the movie, right? It has like so and so person, so and so, and also introducing up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like this is supposed to be their breakout movie,
Right.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Like you didn't do shit. You didn't go anywhere after.
Well, this was
fucking movie, dude.
the Billy, the guy who played Billy. This was his first movie.
Yeah.
He's the one that said introducing or up and coming or some shit like that.
And the thing is, I've never even seen. I've never. I thought that Billy did a good job. I thought the kid that did Billy. I thought his line, because he had very easy lines. Punish, naughty, punish. Other than that little scene when he was sitting down with the kid, that creeped me out. But other than that, I thought he did a very good job. I thought he actually had a good killer face,
right,
for Santa and stuff like that. I remember there was a Shout Factory edition that I have. I have of this, but there was an edition where I had a little doll of Billy as the Santa Claus. I can right there. I got the Night of the Creeps. Right, Stu, you remember that character from Night of the Creeps?
Yep.
Right over here. But no, I thought Billy did a great job. I thought he was great. He was a good kid.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job to where you saw the change in him.
Yeah.
When he was as he was drinking and realized that, what was happening, you just see the change for it go from, okay, I'm a store Santa to, okay, now I've got to punish.
Yeah.
And you can see the switch in him as he's getting drunker and drunker.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's Mother Superior's fault.
Right.
Honestly.
Yep.
Because I think if her tactics weren't the way that they were,
Well, that was gonna be my question. Do you feel like her tactics is what?
No, I think
Totally
they
flipped the switch.
totally fucked him up.
Right.
I think it just continued the twistedness that was already there.
Well, it started whenever you saw Santa Claus.
Because of what Grandpa had told him. All right, and then that night after Grandpa told him bad shit happens, Santa punishes the naughty and shit like that. Then he sees his fucking mom and dad get punished. All right,
because she was naughty.
Yeah,
well, also
she showed her boobies.
Yeah, but also when he decks out,
and I like her boobies too.
When he decks out the Santa Claus to sit on his lap, and he just decks him up and punches him, and he just lays him out on the ground.
Yeah, weak ass Santa right there, dude.
Yeah,
or
the fuck out.
Was Billy gonna be an amazing fucking boxer one day? All right, and then
I don't know. We'll never know.
If
he decided to. He decided to take the Santa route.
He could have been the next Rocky.
Was there any other movies with that actor?
Could have been a contender.
Exactly.
The kid, the one who played Billy.
He just didn't have the facial paralysis.
No,
he was in movies through the 90s. Then he retired, and the last I looked, he's in some stuff like recent.
Oh, so he's still acting?
Yeah, well, he stopped like in the early 90s.
Yeah,
and then
Took a
like
break
within the
from
past
Hollywood.
10 years, it looks like he has gotten back into some stuff.
Interesting, because I'm always curious about
nothing that I really recognize, but he's in. I think it's more TV shows and stuff like that.
Well, he did a good job for what he did.
Yeah.
I seriously thought they knocked it out of the park by picking out the person to play the Killer Santa. So
right,
which one?
Billy,
the original.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
The original Killer Santa.
What was the original killer? Oh, you talking about Black Christmas?
No,
the Santa that killed his parents.
William Zabka and Ralph Macchio on TV.
That's funny that they sit right next to each other for Karate Kid. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
What a douchebag.
We will be right back. Hey, having a hard time trying to stay up, trying to record these podcasts late at night?
Or are you up late working, driving trucks, working in the shop, trying to provide for that damn family of yours?
You need coffee.
Well, let us tell you about this one company we got right here. It's called Coffee Bros. Now, they got a very select blend of different roasts: light roast, medium, dark, espresso. Now, each one of these has its own flavor profile.
These two brothers from New York made this amazing company with an amazing coffee that you could order online.
So you just had the espresso roast?
Yes.
And did that thing wake you up?
I couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, man. It was smooth.
Nice.
It had that nice chocolate taste to it. You can just taste the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't give you that bite like other coffees do.
Or bitter.
No, definitely not bitter at all. This is smooth, sweet, aromatic. This coffee here will absolutely wake you up when you need it to.
The coffee here is dedicated to freshness, quality, and consistency. Use the code BAF10 to get 10% off your entire order. The link for the website is in our show description. And I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. This coffee keeps you awake, especially for the late podcasting that we do.
Yeah, it's very much needed.
Try out Coffee Bros.
Coffee Bros!
A little more roomy.
Let's get ready to rumble. Still haven't got to the Tyson fight, so let's get back to the movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
All right. Don't have much more.
Very simple movie.
Yeah. Anna did have a good question. What is y'all's favorite character?
Fuck.
Billy.
Ragnar?
There's not many characters to like in this movie.
The deaf priest.
You know what? Damn you. Really? Father O'Brien. I felt so sorry for that man.
I know.
Because he didn't do a damn thing.
He's
just there.
Freeze!
He can't.
Like half a second later.
I was expecting
he
something
doesn't even get
weird and
doesn't even
awkward.
get a chance to respond.
You always
Even though he's deaf, he can't fucking hear him.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but he doesn't even give the guy a chance to respond.
He's like,
you know,
freeze.
boom.
Fuck,
dude.
The dad who was going into his kid's room as Santa and the cops go down, just the look on that dude's fucking face.
Oh, what the fuck
like,
they do?
And then having to show
They break into his house.
Dad? That dude just had a worst fucking night, ever.
Can you imagine his wife
much
sitting there?
worse. He didn't know it could have been much worse. But
His wife's sitting in the living room, two cops just breaking the door and just run through the house. Right? What the hell?
I'm going to have to say Leanna Quigley. Because I just
because you're a fucking pervert.
I love her. I've always loved her in all horror movies that she's in. Whenever she's in, there's Leanna Quigley.
Oh, underage tits.
She's not underage. What are you talking? Babysitter. Oh fuck. You did that. Just like you're talking about you were talking about us watching.
You're the one that fucking did it, dude.
He was the one that was talking about watching little kids and having sex inside the room. Oh, we just watched two underage kids have sex.
I never said little kids, by the way. I just called it child porn because that's what it was, technically.
You're the one.
I never said little kids. Did I say little kids? That makes it sound a lot fucking
you
worse.
didn't.
Child sounds worse than a little kid.
Anytime you're showing minors, technically child porn.
That's the same thing. But you're the one. You were the one that chose your fucking favorite Disney character as Ariel.
Come on. Come on. She was 18.
No, she was not. No.
Stop now. You're sounding super creepy.
Yeah, apparently. Oh, shit.
Fucking hell.
All right. So that, like I said, not a whole lot to the movie.
Favorite scene?
Huh?
Favorite scene.
Good idea.
Favorite scene. Stu?
Think about it. So when Billy finally fucking goes nuts in the toy store, and he goes to help, fucking whatever her name was, I don't remember her name.
Yeah, from being raped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Pamela.
He goes to save her, and she basically freaks the fuck out.
Yeah,
you know, you monster, you freak, you're crazy, and blah blah blah.
Yes,
bitch slaps the fuck out of her. Shut the fuck up! I just saved you.
Yep.
Get away from me! All right, you know what? Fine, you're done. I'm done being nice with you, hooker.
I'm going to piggyback over that and saying the hunting down in the store of that chick.
Oh, with the bow?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yes.
Like she was getting so close to fucking getting out. He's like,
she was
nope.
stupid.
Oh, no. Sammy yelled at the TV. He was like, break the glass. Why are you just standing there?
She
Why
was
don't you
getting ready to.
I know.
She was getting
She
ready
hesitated.
To. Yeah.
But
if
took
she didn't
forever.
hesitate, she would have been fine.
Yeah, yeah.
He who hesitates masturbates.
She didn't have time to masturbate.
I enjoyed.
Do you think that he got
the little
off?
man on the boat
He got
could have
off
gotten
on
hit.
doing this. That's in some fashion.
Not in that way. I think
I don't know if he was developmentally able to get off in that way.
It's possible.
He felt developmentally retarded.
Yeah.
Like he was, and I'm not saying retarded like fucking retarded. I mean like literally, like he was stuck at a certain mental age.
Right.
And
No, but he had that fucking dream with the chick. The little.
okay.
So I
He may, and then fucking immediately fucking felt weird afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, didn't know what was going on.
because he was about to get killed because that Santa was coming in there to kill them.
Yeah.
I mean, he was still dreaming about her and fantasizing about her.
His brain was fucked up.
I guess. Yeah. My favorite.
He had a Ron brain.
I'd say the scene, really any scene where he would just his lines, punish, naughty, punish, just.
Which one? There's like 74 scenes of that.
The first one, no, the first one, which is actually I have a clip of right here with Lena Quigley.
No, it would be in the toy store.
Yeah,
is the first scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, but the one I liked
Where
is
he
when he
But
just.
that's not the
that's
first
what you're
time.
fucking setting up.
Okay, I'm changing my mind. My scene of him saying it is when she's out there looking, trying to let the cat in. She's also standing there topless in the window, and then he just barges and says, "Punish," and just runs in.
Speaking of which, so her and her boyfriend are downstairs on the pool table fooling around.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have a top on, but she's got her panties on. And the
kid
the
upstairs?
little girl starts to come downstairs, right? And they tell
Right.
her, go back upstairs,
Go back up.
go to your room and all this other shit, right? So she hears the bells for the cat, and they don't want the little girl to see them 3/4 naked.
Right.
But she has no issues with just throwing on a pair of fucking tight little booty shorts
And going upstairs topless.
and going upstairs topless to open the fucking door. You know, like
It's just them an excuse just to show her tits in the movie. That's basically what it was. It's Leanna Quigley. They always want her to show her tits off.
And I had some logic problems. Who would have thought?
Right.
right.
Well, it's like, what made him go? I mean, was he just walking by that house and she just happened to?
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Open the
It was just
door.
random. It was
like,
random.
open
Just
the door.
random.
Oh,
Random
shit.
kills. Just
She's
like
topless.
He's like, boobies, naughty,
Right.
punish.
well, just out in the woods when the kids were fighting, like when they took the sled over from those two kids right there, and they were
They
the
deserved it.
bullies
But
and
that-
stuff like
but
that.
that I can see.
Also,
So if
we
like
don't
a
know
Friday the
what he
13th
had seen during his entire time working in the toy store. He could have seen
All these
Oh,
people?
this fucking babysitter is a fucking slut. She needs to be fucking punished.
Right.
These little asshole bullies. I need to fucking hunt their asses
So you're going by
down.
the Jason Voorhees rule, where
Yeah.
anybody
No.
who fucking sins or does something,
I mean,
they get killed.
potentially because we don't know.
Yeah.
He could have been subconsciously building a hit list
In his mind.
and for when he
You are giving
inevitably
him
breaks.
way too
Yeah.
much fucking credit.
No, I think he
Pretty
was
well,
essentially
you
going
really
from point A
are.
to point B. I think he was going from the store to the orphanage.
Yes.
Then out in the woods.
In a line, and he left the store. He's going through a residential neighborhood, past the house,
went to the woods.
and like I said, that just happened to be a coincidence that he was walking past the house at the time that she just opened the door.
Well, remember
The
when
woods
he was?
I could see a little bit more because there's a little bit more time.
He was on
of
the
them-
highway because he was on the side. Remember that cop car was coming up and he kind of hides away.
Right.
Was the kill before that scene or was it after that scene with the cop coming by? It was after.
Yeah.
It was after the scene.
It was after
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But I could see the woods one make a little bit more sense because he's walking along and that kind of transpires out in the open.
Yeah.
To where he hears them taking the other two kids' sleds, riding the sleds down, and
right.
but the house with her. I mean, literally, he just had to be walking by at the perfect time for her to open the door. Oh, I got to kill her because she's standing outside with tits.
Yeah.
with tits out.
Yeah.
So, the scene I just enjoyed was just kids sledding down the hill and all you hear is a thwack.
It's a
And then
fucking
it's just a-
sharp ass knife or
Yeah.
sharp ass axe.
Sharp axe, yeah.
You know?
And just the next thing you see is a guy just perfectly setting down the rail with no head.
Yeah.
And then you see that kid just get off that awful scream that he does right
Right.
afterwards. But apparently he does get killed.
That's what they say in like IMDb.
Maybe they
count that
filmed
as
the
a kill.
scene and they just never released it or something like that. Maybe there was a kill scene.
Maybe.
I mean, the fact that they're counting it as a kill scene.
Yeah.
But
I don't buy that one though.
Because it doesn't.
Implied.
There's nothing there that made me think that he killed him. It was just
No.
he was looking down at it, screaming, and then seen.
Yeah,
So.
that's true.
I don't know. So, all right,
I do know the director hated this film.
Really?
yeah. Well, it was.
Do tell.
Yeah, he hated the film. He hated it.
Was it just a paycheck for him?
No, so they picked. So they were going through a bunch of different directors for the film, and I don't remember there were a few big name ones that were in line.
Yeah.
But none of them actually panned out. Basically,
right.
He was more of a producer than he was a director.
That's what it was.
Well, the movie
it was a producer because it was the director.
No. The director of this movie was more of a producer than a director. He only
did like 4 films.
He only did like 4 things,
And one of them was called like Noah's.
He did Grizzly Adams.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then a few other religious
Right.
pieces, and
But
that's what he was known for, and that's why they picked him.
But he had a hard time. He had a hard time getting a job after he directed this.
So they
had a hard
picked him?
time getting other so that's when he said, "Okay, fine, I'm just going to be a producer." Not
But that's
a
probably
director.
because of the controversy. But the fact that why would they pick him if he's done religious films to do a movie with TNA and a lot of gore and kill scenes during a controversial time during Christmas? That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Don't know.
That is
I don't
fucking
remember
weird. And the Grizzly Adams, you guys have seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good movie? Like a
It's
serious?
old. It's old.
Oh yeah, it's old.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking old.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard. That's where you heard it from.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
All right. So y'all ready for Prime reviews?
Yeah. I think we covered pretty much most of the movie. And
Yeah, it's like I said, there's not a whole lot of substance to it. It's
just to let you all know that we've been actually trying to do this episode for the last couple of years, but it kept getting canceled. And Adam went ahead and took the reins over this. But no, this is exactly what I expected.
Who saw the second one?
I did. I've seen all of them.
At one time or another, I've seen them all.
You see the Bill Moseley one where he had the fucking thing on his head,
Yes.
where you see his brain and everything? Yeah, and 2 of them are done by one of my favorite horror directors of the 80s, Brian Yunza, who did Return of the Living Dead 3. He did Beyond Reanimator, and also Bride of Reanimator. He's done a lot. He did Society. You remember the movie Society, Stu?
Yep.
Yeah, he did that basically almost like a body horror type of movie.
Yeah.
But I actually have the collection where it's got part 3 all the way through
3, 4, and 5.
All
3,
5
4,
of
and
them?
5. It doesn't have the second one. The second one, it's like a collection of the last.
Yeah, I was
3.
looking at Amazon, and
It's
you
cheap.
could buy 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, the one I have,
You
edition,
couldn't get like all
A
of them
whole
together.
like a box set of
yeah,
That's weird.
Shout Factory.
Well, they weren't related, really.
No,
1 and 2 were, and then 3, 4, and 5 were just.
What they did is they did the same
After
thing
that.
as Halloween did, where they tried to do Season of the Witch, where they tried to just make a movie that's horror based. Just like Halloween Season of the Witch was a Halloween movie, but it wasn't the Michael Myers thing.
Right.
They did the same thing with the first 2 movies are complete sequence like Michael Myers, but then the last 3 were all just random things. I think one's called The Toy Maker, and it's got a classic actor in there.
Those other ones felt more like they took mediocre films. Like, all right, we're gonna throw a known name on it, just to try to get a few more fucking asses in the seats.
Yeah, and Bill Moseley
that's
was one
about
of them.
it.
And
the movie
because Mickey Rourke was one of them.
That's the one.
He was in the 5th one.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's
but
the
he was protesting. He was against it when it first came out.
Yeah.
And for a paycheck, he ended up in the last one.
Yeah.
which I believe is he's the Toy Master one. I believe that's the one. But they're bad movies.
Oh, yeah. I
But-
can't believe how bad the second one was because literally
Garbage day.
the first like 30 to 35 minutes of it
Yeah,
was literally was the first movie. It was
just funny.
clips and everything from the very first movie.
Yeah.
that's what the Friday the
Just
13th
as like
movies.
as a reminder back of what
They were copying the Friday the 13th formula because part 2 and part 3 basically almost had like the last 10 minutes of the movie beforehand and played that. It's like, why am I watching the movie again? And then it goes into the plot.
But the
it's just
second
to
one
fill
was-
up
Yeah,
time.
but sometimes it's nice when movies do that,
If people
especially,
that never
especially
saw 'em.
horror movies.
Yeah.
Excuse me. When horror movies do it, because a lot of times, sometimes you'll have like a couple years in between like number 1 and number 2.
Right.
Yeah. So they'll give you like a 10-minute backlog, 5-minute backlog of what happened prior to.
Right.
So sometimes that's fine.
Yeah.
But when you have like a quarter of the movie.
Yeah.
As-
this was more that they literally said that
Hey,
if you
Evil
took
Dead
out-
2. All right, like the first quarter, third of the movie was a retelling of the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a remake of
That's,
the first
that's
one.
because they didn't have enough sustenance for the second one.
No, it's because
so
they
they
didn't have
take
a budget. It's because they didn't have the fucking rights to the goddamn first one, so they couldn't show any clips. So they had to say, "Fuck it, we'll just fucking redo it all."
Right. Which one is better, Evil Dead 1 or Evil Dead 2?
Evil Dead 2 is where they developed the humor.
To me, that's
Evil
the
Dead,
best one in the series.
That's where they developed the humor. Evil Dead 1 was more
horror-based.
A horror-based.
Yeah, and then the third one was more of like almost adventure horror. It just went into a completely different realm.
No, the third one was more fucking comedy than anything.
Yeah, more
right.
more slapstick than anything.
Yeah.
But Evil Dead 2 is a masterpiece in my opinion. I think it's a great horror comedy. So,
but Silent Night, Deadly Night, if you take the opening credits out, they say that over half of the movie is from the first movie.
first one, yeah. Well, it is his little brother.
Essentially, Ricky is sitting there talking to a psychiatrist, and he is telling the story of what Billy did.
Yeah.
And so it's like, Billy did this, and they go back and play, our parents were killed, and literally played the scene from what happened when they went to grandfather's all the way through till the parents were killed.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
see, if the dad never went to
crazy.
fucking grandfather's up to the mental asylum, none of
No,
this
this
shit would have ever happened.
Yep.
So it's all the dad's fault.
yeah.
It really is.
All right.
Just go on another day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on the day after Christmas.
It's Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
You don't need to go see your fucking mentally unstable father. Go visit him on Christmas Day. Then your kids will be alive. Your fucking wife will be alive. Your kids won't be all fucked up.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't be dead either.
Right. All right, Ragnar, so what do you think, score-wise?
All right. Critically, 2. Enjoyment, give it a 3.
That's not bad.
On the basis that it did something different. Excuse me. And what I mean by that is, I said this earlier, that most horror films, you see the killer, and that's it. You may catch, I don't know, like a 5-minute snippet or so about like who the killer is or like why is he doing this.
Right.
But this movie here did the complete opposite. This told an entire story of the fucking killer.
Yeah. There's more of a backstory on him.
Well, it was a whole backstory on him, of why he was doing what he was doing, and like in back then, and even really into this day. Well, no, not to this. Yeah, actually, sort of to this day. Like no other real horror film has done that, except for like the big name ones like fucking Jason and Freddy.
Yeah,
and Michael Myers.
Yep.
None of them have really given you a huge fucking whole movie of backstory of like why this person is so fucked up.
Right.
And not just like, like Freddy, who, he was sick and twisted, but he was burned alive. And, it takes, like, you don't know why he came back until like later on movies, you find out why.
Right. Yeah.
This one here, you find out immediately, like, why this fucking person is so fucked up.
Right.
Like he saw his fucking parents killed. Excuse me. And then the nun basically fucking brainwashed him into becoming this way.
Right. Superior.
So like, it's nice to see like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like focusing on the fucking victims of all the fucking killings.
Right.
For its time, it's fucking cheesy. It's very fucking cheesy. It's like I said before, like it's up my alley. I love fucking cheesy films. I love stupid cheesy films.
Yeah.
I like those a lot better than like the mainstream, because like, especially in like the 80s, 70s, and 80s, right? You can't watch them now and think of it now. Watch it today, but picture it back then.
Right.
Like the quality's not the best.
No. The score's even horrible.
The score's it fits.
It does.
You
It's
know?
just it's very high strings and stuff like that, but it's not done as well as other movies I've seen, but it's a very interesting score. There's barely any Christmas music in this movie.
No,
it doesn't. It has a Christmas setting, especially with the Santa suit and everything else. But I feel like there could have been more Christmassy in it to make.
There was. They had quite a few.
He's fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
And
I don't know. I would
Christmas songs in it. It was just not well known Christmas songs.
Yeah, no,
it was just like what,
playing on the fucking radio.
ride.
Yeah, the radio. I remember that. I've never. It was a weird Christmas song. I never even heard of it. I don't even know the
it was
words.
some weird Christmas songs, but they were Christmas songs.
Yeah. Okay.
So
three and a 2.
Right. Stu.
Critically, it is a 2. It is not the best special effects. It's not great acting. It's not great writing. There's nothing amazing critically about this film. Enjoyment, though, it is a 3.5 to me. It was just fun. It was just out there being a murder film during Christmas. That's all it was going to be. Not trying to be anything special. And it succeeded. And for something to feel like it has even more kills than it actually did, just to have that feeling, that did something special then. That's pretty fucking cool that it was able to feel that well and be that memorable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
All right. Ron?
Critically, I give this a 2. Same, I agree with Ragnar and Stu on the critical rating. But enjoyment, I actually really enjoyed this movie. I think this is a fun horror Christmas movie. There's a lot of Christmas horror movies out there. A lot have been coming out. I know they did a remake of Black Christmas, and there's other ones out there. You got Gremlins. Gremlins is almost sort of like Christmas horror with a little bit of comedy in it. But this is a 4 to me. I actually really enjoy this movie. I like watching it. I enjoy the cheesy gore effects. I love 80s cheesy gore. I love 80s horror. I love it all. It's just so much fun. And I thought Billy was great. I thought his little, cheesy lines, punish, naughty. I mean, it's just the way it was bad, but it made me laugh and made me smile. I was like, I love this movie. I have a lot of fun with this movie, and I do recommend for anybody to, not expect something of today's standards, but got to remember the day it came out. I mean, the time it came out in the 80s, and this was kind of new. Other than Black Christmas, there wasn't really that many Christmas horror movies. I have a documentary called In Search of Darkness, and they did a whole little section where they talked about Christmas horror movies. There wasn't that many of them, and Silent Night, Deadly Night is one of the popular ones next to Black Christmas. Those are like the 2 number ones when it comes to 80s Christmas, other than Gremlins 2. Gremlins, but I mean, Gremlins is horror to a...
Not really.
Gremlins is more horror than Gremlins 2.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree with that. But it's got comedic. Gremlins 2 is more like Looney Tunes comedy. But the first one, especially that scene when the mother's killing all the gremlins in the kitchen, great scenes. That mother was badass. But no, this is
my kitchen, motherfucker.
Yep. This
son of a bitch, I just cleaned that.
It's a fun movie. I enjoy this. That's why I give it a high enjoyment. Now, critically, like I said, it's a 2. It's not a well-made movie. The score is fucking horrible. The acting is god awful. The cuts, the gore effects were actually not too bad. I mean, when you see him put Leanna Quigley on the antlers, and you just see the antlers just coming through the skin, and you see all the other little scenes here and there, the gore scenes, the cut, slitting the throat scenes and everything. It turned out really good. It was a good TNA horror, gore, cheese. It was just fun. I had a lot of good fun with this movie. So 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2.
So I think it's going to be official. Everybody's going to say 2 for critical. I'm going to say the same thing too. I had that written down there, when I watched it on Wednesday again. I think I'm going to agree with Ragnar on 3 for enjoyment. It's middle of the road for me. It was fun. Like I said, I remember watching this in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Sitting there watching it all day. Shut the fuck up.
You are old. I was born in 83.
Huh?
How old were you in 83? How old were you in 83?
I was 12.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
I was born in 71, so.
Wow.
I was 2.
Do what?
I was 2.
In what, 83?
83.
So, yeah. I think we moved. So you were born. So.
What is your enjoyment, though? I'm curious.
I said enjoyment was 3.
Your enjoyment is 3. All right, so your enjoyment's 3.
Like I said, it's middle of the road.
2. Okay.
Like I said, I remember watching on VHS and it just rewind.
Yeah.
She's going back on with the deer. Rewind. I was a teenager. What do you expect?
Absolutely. No, I think we all had that thing where we rewinded scenes like constantly in movies when we were a kid and stuff like that. I mean, that's
like Fast Times, the most rewound movie in history.
I remember we used to have VHS, used to watch them over and over again to the point where the tracking would get so bad and the quality on the VHS would get worse and worse because of rewatch and everything.
Yep.
VHS was great, though. I love VHS. I really missed that era. I missed the VHS era. I thought that was a fun era, and I'm glad that I grew up in that era. All these kids are growing up with streaming.
It's
and
too easy
Blu-rays
for them.
and hard format, Blu-rays and 4Ks. I mean, they're doing okay, but streaming is like the big hitter right now. And it's just like, I enjoy just going to the store and looking and picking something out. You didn't have to, I remember you had to put it in the fucking VCR and had to press the rewind button, had to wait for it to rewind for like 2 or 3 minutes. I miss that. Our kids don't get to experience that.
It got so bad we actually got a VHS rewinder.
Oh, I remember those.
So we put the VHS rewind the tape while we put another movie in. Yeah.
Do you remember?
We could watch a movie and while it's rewinding, so we didn't have to waste time.
You were talking about that little thing that was actually just a rewinder.
It's just a rewinder.
Yeah, where you just popped it in it. Yeah, I remember that. You remember that, Stu?
Yes.
Yeah, those are great.
We weren't fancy like that. We actually had to
I didn't have one.
hit the rewind button on our VHS player.
Waste of fucking time to me, but
I guess it was because it rewinded it faster, so it just cut out like an extra minute or something like that, or rewinding.
No, it just made it so that you could watch something else
while you're rewinding.
Yeah, exactly. You take it out. That's exactly what it's for. Because you take we're done with this
rewinding.
One.
What at
rewind,
most?
Rewind.
2 minutes to rewind
Watch.
at absolute most.
Well,
and even then, I think it was probably closer to a minute.
Oh, then
to
remember
rewind from the fucking full end to a fucking beginning.
Well, remember the whole the DVD thing. The DVD player where it can hold like 5 DVDs. So you had like a tray that you go out, so you just skip to the next DVD and stuff like that. DVD was like, oh, you don't have to rewind anymore. You can put it to wherever. You got chapters. Right. But the VHS, I still miss the rewinding. I thought that was a fun part of it. I never returned movies
rewinding VHS.
It was
You're
so
fucking
weird.
No, it's something that I miss. It's something that we grew up with.
Weird.
You don't miss anything nostalgic.
I don't miss rewinding fucking tapes.
It didn't bother me.
I don't think it bothered me, but I don't miss it.
Did you ever rewind tapes when you sent them back to the video store?
Yeah, because they charge you if you fucking didn't.
Right.
I wasn't paying extra.
Yeah. It's like $1 or $2 if you don't rewind it.
Yeah. Yeah, they would charge you because then
you have to have
time for them to
you have to have a membership there at least where I was at. You have to have a membership.
Yeah, you're right.
And
you're right.
If you don't
then
rewind
you have to pay it for the next time.
Yeah, they dock it onto your fucking next rental.
Right.
And shit.
Or then DVDs, you had to make sure if there was any scratches on it, you had to pay like a fee or something like that, or you had to buy it because it was there. So yeah.
But nope, I think that's it for this one.
All right. Well,
thank you for letting me host it.
That was a fun one.
This was fun.
It was fun.
This was really fun.
It was fun. And our first
especially with the interruptions from the fight, but hey.
I think it's funny because people are going to be watching this episode and says, why is Stu looking to the right the whole fucking time? Because I'm
You're
looking
lucky
at
my ass
your
showed up.
face is gone. Okay. Right. No, but I will give you credit. You are a good multitasker. You'll be looking at the TV and talking, I know, blah, blah. Yep. So I thought that was kind of
rolling
funny.
right along.
But no, seriously, check out our next episode after this, which is going to be Scrooged, which is going to be a fun episode with Bill Murray's classic comedy right there from Richard Donner. So thank you, and make sure you...
Ring-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
Okay,
that's scary.
No, that's no.
That's for you, Ron.
No.
That's why I'm looking right at you.
Hit that button. Hit that subscribe. Hit
that
those
little
likes.
button.
Make sure you
that
guys
little man in the boat, you might say.
Anyways, make sure to press like and hit the subscribe. We love you guys. Hope you're enjoying our show.
If you guys don't like us, comment. Say you guys hate us.
Yeah, tell us that we suck, especially Stu watching the TV on the right side.
Do it.
There you go.
Fucking do it.
Trolls. All right, guys, that's the end of our show. We will see you guys later.
You know you.
Bye.
You fucking cocksucker.
Thank you for listening to Barrel Age Flicks. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts. We are officially also on YouTube in video form. And also Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify,
CastBox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Make sure you check out Barrel Aged Chicks, our spin-off show where you get the girl's perspective. Subscribe to our Patreon for uncut video and early access to our podcast. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Want to give a shout out to Sammy, one of our guest hosts on the show who does our amazing album artwork. Thank you, Sammy.
Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.